Good evening to everyone. Welcome to a new election night in America. Okay, today we're gonna have two special elections in Georgia and in Kentucky. Okay, also some minor elections in Minnesota, but those are just primaries of the Democratic and the Republican Party. Okay, and what matters right now is we also have a runoff in Arkansas for Augusta, the mayor of Augusta. Okay, but what matters here tonight will be the runoff in Georgia. Okay, both Fulton and Cobb counties are up for election there. It's the state senate, I think, the 35th district. Okay, and we're also gonna have in Kentucky a Democrat and the Republican heading out to an election in the state senate, the 37th district. It's a very small elections tonight. Not a lot of big of news, to be honest. I just did a live stream because I will do the ones I can, and as the polls are now closing in Kentucky, they will close at 6. It's right now 6 p.m. Eastern Time, okay, 11 p.m. ETC, and it's 5 p.m. Central Time if you're watching from, for example, a Tennessee or any state around there. So yeah, the polls now closed in Kentucky. I was here in the website of Jefferson County official website, okay. Let me just close your WhatsApp. I'm sorry. I was here in the official website of Jefferson County, which is the county where this district here is located. Maybe I can show here to you if you let me do it. So as you can see here, the district is the district, the 37th, where we're gonna have elections today. Basically, it's part of Jefferson County, which is Louisville, okay. And as you can see right here, it's very urban. It has a little bit of suburban areas as well, but most of it's quite democratic. It's democratic big territory. Okay, as you can see right here in 2024, Democrats won this by 21 points. So this is expected to go towards the Democratic Party again. Okay, it's nothing to be unexpected if they win, because it's expected for them to win. Even though you could argue that an overperformance by the Democratic Party matters, even though this is a very low turnout election, we don't expect too much votes, to be honest. And it will be a surprise to get turnout. And now we reached 180 subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. It's very, very important for me, okay? And I don't know how's the live stream, to be honest, because just showed you. I think we have two people watching. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't expect too much out of this live stream, to be honest, but okay, let's see. The other one I had low expectations, and then it eventually ended up to be quite well, but this one, it's really hard because it's not a major election, to be honest. We only have that one in Georgia in about 58 minutes from now, and we also have this one here in Kentucky. So polls closed in Kentucky. As you can see here, we're like 2 minutes past of it, and we still don't have nothing. Okay, that's expected. I'm here in the official website to see the official results. We still have like zero yet, so we still have to wait for the results. Okay, but yeah, that's it. I think I really don't have anything to say more because it's really about waiting for results now in Kentucky. Now we have in 57 minutes from now in Georgia as well. I have two people watching right now, and yes, we expect a novel performance in Kentucky race, of course, by the Democrats. And in Georgia, I think it's the state senate, the 35th district. I'm sorry, let's just go here. So I'm gonna check exactly. Now I have 4 people watching. Thank you. This is the district, as you can see here. You have a lot of the suburban areas of Atlanta, okay, and then you go all the way outside of the Atlanta metro area to Marietta, Cimria, Sandy Springs, very suburban areas here. Very not very Republican, but it's actually more Republican than it is in the urban areas. As you can see here, we have 2 Democrats, but this expected to go towards the Democrats. Of course, it's expected to go towards the Democrats because we only have 2 Democrats, so it's actually not surprising to go towards the Democratic Party. It is uncontested throughout the majority of the years, as you can see here. We got 1 Republican. He failed in 3rd. That's why now we are gonna have a not competitive. We don't know if it is competitive or not, because this might be competitive between the 2 candidates, but we'll see. Right now, nothing to go in Kentucky. We cannot select by county because it's only Jefferson County. It's up for the election. Maybe I can go here and just try to I don't know, try to search for the results. I don't know, maybe. Okay, it's still 0. Okay, they have here over the course, so they will update this over the course of the night, I think. But still, we don't have anything yet. As you can see here, it's still 0, 0, 0. We expect the Democrats to win both elections tonight. I'm sorry, but the margin will be crucial as well. But it's a low turnout election. Gary Clements probably going to win by a substantial margin, more than 25 points. That'll be his target, at least 30. I would say close to 30 points. That'll be the target. But yeah, any question you may have, you can answer me. You can ask me, so I'm gonna be very happy to answer you. Okay, and yeah, now we have 5 views in the live stream, and we have like 3 people watching, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But it's really about waiting for this Kentucky race. Maybe I can go here. I'm sorry, because we are at 0 yet. I don't know. Kentucky here, yeah. So we are still at 0, which is pretty. They take a lot of time. So 5 minutes passed. Polls closed like 5 minutes ago. So maybe this will be faster. Okay, I don't know. Because Kentucky, I think it's usually one of the fastest states to count votes. Okay, so I think this will go pretty easy and pretty nicely today, because I mean, you get the early vote. I think they already have it counted, so they just need to release it, and then we'll need to wait a little bit for the election day vote. I think that's around 60 precincts or so in this area, in this district. In Georgia, I know there's 62 precincts, so yeah, in Georgia it works the same way. They release the early votes, they already have counted, and then you're gonna have the election day vote. Will be take a bit of time, because it's in the Georgia Atlanta, so it takes a little bit of time, but it's actually great. Okay, and I think we're still. I don't know if you got any votes. We're still at 0. I'm just trying to update this because probably can get anything new here. Firstly, than when you compare to Decision Desk HQ, okay? Yeah, but now we still have 3 people watching. Now we have 2 people watching. I don't know. Maybe someone left. Yeah. And we really need to wait. That's how the way should be. Always, okay? Next year we'll have a lot of news for the channel. We'll have 2 live streams. At least right now I have already 2 live streams scheduled for January, okay? January the 6th, I think we're gonna have an election, because of it is a runoff in Georgia, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Also, in January the 31st, we're gonna have an election in Texas, a runoff as well, but for the U.S. House, two Democrats are up for election there. So I'm sorry, 2 Democrats are competing for 1 seat in the Texas, and not in the Texas House, in the U.S. House. They're competing for 1 seat, and it's in the state of Texas, okay? And that's why I'm saying that's not so crucial, because the Democrats really need the number, but they already have the number to pass the Epstein files. That's why they're scheduled to be released by Friday or Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, one of the days. And we'll see about that, if that's actually to be true or not. Maybe not. But it'll be interesting to watch for sure. That's a for sure thing. Okay, now we have 3 people watching again. Yeah, we don't have too many people watching, because it's expected. This is a minor election. I just did this because I do have the time. So if I do have the time, let's be here talking. And if you have any question about anything apart from this, because it doesn't need to be about Kentucky, about Georgia. Can be from like any subject you can imagine. I'm gonna be very happy to answer you. Yeah, but I don't think we have results, because, as I say every time, I don't know how they take so long to release the votes they already have tabulated, because the early votes, as you know, they got early vote from December the 3rd to December the 10th. And also you have more early voting here. I don't know, maybe you can check how many people voted early. Maybe. No, we cannot. So we have 2 seasons of early vote, one with excuse and another one without excuse. Now we have 6 people watching. Thank you guys for watching this. But it's interesting. Okay, they have early votes. I don't know how they take a lot of time. Why they take a lot of time to release the ballots? Because they already have them counted. They have them tabulated. So that's no excuse for them not to immediately after the polls close. Why not just share the results, share all the ballots that you have already as early votes? Okay, because that's not an excuse. Okay. We go for example to Florida. Immediately after polls close, they just put over all the ballots. Okay, they just all the early votes. Florida is amazing at counting votes. You can hate Florida, hate all the governor of Florida, but you cannot hate the system they use, which is very nice. People vote early in massive numbers, and then they just release them as soon as polls close, and that's amazing. That's literally, man, that's what it really should be. Okay. And I know sometimes people I don't know, because there's a lot of states in America that are just not great at counting votes. You have, of course, all the the western states. Okay, I just want to open here the 2024 map because we can really talk about that. Okay, all the states here are not great at counting votes. You mean Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. They take a lot of time, and now even Pennsylvania right now, with all of the early vote, Michigan as well, and Wisconsin, they have a lot of absentee, a lot of early vote. They're doing a better job when you compare to 2016 and 2020, but it's still not great at all when you compare to Florida, Texas, I mean, North Carolina at some degree as well, and maybe, for example, I'm not going to consider here Arizona and Nevada, because even though they're very fast to release the first initial ballots, they're not fast at all to release the other election day vote ballots. They're very slow, actually. So yeah, we already passed 11 minutes after polls close. Let's just check here if we do have anything. No, we don't have nothing basically. And yeah, that's it. Another election, another time that we're waiting. I don't know why, but okay. The polls close in Kentucky at 6 p.m. In parts of Kentucky, you know that as well. But in this part, in the most western part of Kentucky, it only closes like from Owensboro and here. It only closes at 7. But in this part of Kentucky, in the eastern part of Kentucky, it actually closes earlier, which means it already closed at 6. So that's a very interesting particularity about Kentucky. Okay, and also Indiana has the same interesting particularity. Okay, but that's it. Okay. So I think I'm gonna do a small break because we don't have results. So I'm not gonna be here just talking to no one. Okay. And that's what I say. I know I do multiple breaks during the live streams I've been doing so far, but it's because we don't have results. Okay. And I'm being here just talking some really nonsense stuff just to make some time. It's not really useful nor productive. So I'm not gonna be here just wasting your time. So I can just not leave the live stream, but just put the live stream in like in the second tab, and then you go to your work or so. And then as soon as we get results, I'm gonna start talking here again, so you can actually know when we get results. So I'm gonna do a quick break, and I'm gonna be back as soon as we have results, or in like 5 or 10 minutes from now. Okay? So guys, we're back and now we have the first results in the Kentucky State Senate 37th district, okay? And the Democrats are at 77%. And this is much better than the 61.5 they got last time. I know that's true, but you need to see something about this. This is just the early vote, okay? That's why I suspect this is the early vote. I'm not so sure, but maybe you can okay, this didn't update. Maybe? Let's check. Yeah, this didn't update. I don't know. How can Decision Desk HQ get the results faster than the official website? I don't know, but this might be the early vote. That's why it's substantially better for the Democrats. And now we will have the election day vote, and that'll be not Republican, but much better for the Republicans. And probably this will close. But even if it ends at 70-30, which might be a possibility, this will be much better for the Democrats than they got last time. 20 points better, or 18 points better if you want to do the calculations right. I'm just trying to get to know here, but yeah, they basically are not updating this, which is funny, and I don't know why. But now we're at 4 people watching, 3 likes. Let's go, guys. Let's subscribe to the channel. Let's leave a like if to support the channel as well. And yeah, 18% is in, so the rest, the 80% left, will probably be the election day vote. And Kentucky's an interesting state because if you want to vote early, you need to give an excuse in the first weeks, as you can see in the first days, as you can see here, in this part here, you need excuses in person absentee voting, okay? But then you have in like 3 days where there is no excuse in person absentee voting. And then today we got the election day voting. That's why until 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., which is already 22 minutes ago. That's why I'm saying this is interesting that we didn't have... Okay, now we have the results. As you can see here, walk in early. So this means this is the people who voted early, but without an excuse. So they're just voting early because they wanted. Okay? This is basically what happened. If you go to the walk-in excuse, so people who had an excuse, I think, and voted early as well. Right now we have 9 votes. 9 votes. So the majority, at least what Decision Desk here is predicting, the majority of people will vote on election day, and really the big majority of people, as expected, because Kentucky is a state that does not emphasize the importance of early voting, as many states in America, for example. You do have states, the Republican states usually are the ones who vote less early, and the Democratic states, especially like California and New York and Illinois, they really, in Colorado, for example, as well, they really vote early, and they really make a lot of incentives to have a lot of incentives to people to vote early. That's why you have a bigger turnout in terms of early voting. I'm just trying to check this every time I can just to make sure I'm correct. Yes, but we don't have more votes yet. But yeah, it's interesting for sure to have today we don't have a video, just because we don't have a video today because we have the live stream. Okay, tomorrow we're gonna have a video at 5 p.m. Eastern time as expected. We're at 17 views in this live stream, 0.7 hours watch it. Okay, and we had 3 people, I think, watching the live stream right now, so thank you guys for being there. Okay, but yeah, we really need to wait. In about 36 minutes from now, we'll have polls closing in Georgia, okay, in the runoff between 2 candidates, 2 Democrats, okay. This will be the runoff in the 35th district, and as you can see here, it has parts of Fulton and parts of Cobb County. In Fulton County, you have 40 precincts, okay, and in Cobb County, you have, you have 21 precincts, so there will also be 61 precincts in Georgia tonight, okay? 2 counties up for election. Last time it was these 2 counties, Clark County, which is Athens, okay? We got an election there. It was really amazing. We were here covering. It was a very small difference, okay? The Republican lost, but it's only by like 0.2% or so. That was actually interesting. I'm just trying to check if you do have an update, because I don't know. This is weird to have the results in a PDF. I mean, it's not like we are at 2025, so maybe, but having the results in the PDF is not the most transformational part of actually getting the results. But okay, now this is the update of 6:17, so it's like 7 minutes ago. No, 8 minutes ago. I'm sorry. So yeah, we really need to wait for more votes, and I'll be back in a minute when we have more votes. Thank you. Hello guys, I'm back, but I don't know why they're taking so long to count votes, really, because they have everything there, and it's not a lot of votes, probably around like 8,000 or so, and they're really taking a lot of time to count the votes. The polls are almost closing in Georgia, okay, in just around 13 minutes from now. I know this live stream is not a lot exciting to be honest, and it's really a bit like boring. And I'm really okay if if you're not liking the live stream at all, because I'm not really I really have the same opinion, because they just don't count votes. Okay, we're at 18% in 48 minutes. They didn't count any vote, because these votes here are the ones they already counted before. So actually, we're still without anything counted today, and this is really painful, I would say, because we already know the winner will be Gary Clements, okay, or Clements. I don't know how to say it. But we don't know the margin, and the margin matters, especially here, because you know the Democrats are going to win. The margin, more than 22 points, that'll be a win for the Democrats in terms of a swing towards their side. But of course, they win at least 35 to 40 points. 40 points means 70, 35 means 65, 67 and a half. I'm sorry. We'll see about that. The point is, the polls are already closing in Georgia in about 11 minutes, and I think if we don't have any result, I'll be back in in 11 minutes, as soon as polls close in Georgia in this very important election. Okay, as I mentioned before, the district is this very weird shaped district. Probably it's not a you might think this is a gerrymander, but it's not a gerrymander at all, because this is very democratic. It's like uncontested in most of the last years. This year we'll have two Democrats, so actually it's the same thing, uncontested as well. If you think it's the Republicans, I'm sorry, I just really have a lot of. Okay, sorry. But this district, as you can see here, it's from the southern part of Fulton County. We go close to Atlanta, the city of Atlanta, which is the capital of Georgia, and you go all the way to the suburbs. Okay, so it has a little bit of suburban areas. I don't know if we do have any the Republican precinct here. Let me just check, because um, maybe I want to check. The district is this one. Okay, it's this one. Yeah, I don't think it's the 30 what? 35th? 35th, exactly. It's this one. Yeah, but I think it wasn't contested. That's why we cannot know by precinct. But I think, as you can see here by the margin here, it's very high. It's very dark, as you can see here. It's like more than 90% blue. It means it wasn't contested, so that it actually means that it was 100%. So the point is, it's very blue. I'm just trying to check if we do have anything. No, we don't. So we're still on the same, and now we're only 9 minutes away until polls closing in Georgia, and I'll be back as soon as polls close there, or if we do have any votes, any new votes in Kentucky. Okay, so we'll see you. So I'm back, guys, again, and now the polls are gonna close in Georgia. Now they just closed. It's officially 7 p.m. Eastern time. The polls have now closed in the state of Georgia, okay, in the 35th district, okay, the runoff between two Democrats, okay. It's officially, I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Eastern time, okay, and the polls have now officially closed. I'm just checking if we do have any update. Okay, now we have the first update, okay. We have the first update in Kentucky. This didn't update. Yes, but we do have here 700 votes now as election day. I just want to check the percentage because it was 77, if I'm not mistaken, and now the percentage is 72.8. So here is now 72.8. So the percentage now in the election day vote is down from the 77 we got previously. It's only now 72.8%. So it's actually smaller. It's a great percentage. It is a great percentage, but it is smaller, okay? Which can also mean that the Democrats are doing poorly, or not poorly. Getting 73% is amazing, but I mean less great in the election vote than in the early vote, as expected. Okay, that was expected because I said that was going to happen. We'll see, because this percentage here in the election day needs to go below 70. Otherwise, it will be very, very tough for the Republicans to actually get any interesting result, because we know what will be the winner. Of course, now we have 41% estimated reporting. But they're missing the update. Okay, I don't know. They didn't update this. Probably this went down to 76 or 75%. In Georgia, we're still at 0. Okay. In Georgia, we have here the official website. It's still at 0%. We don't have anything reported, to be honest. But yes, they didn't update this. I don't know why. Because they're lazy. Okay. The decision desk is a little bit lazy. They don't want to update. But now we have like 60 views in the live stream. We have 180 subscribers. We have like 4 people watching. I don't know. Okay, now with this update, it updated as well, and now it's at 63% reporting. So actually, this went down 75.7, as I was saying. But it is very interesting that this went down and the percentage is almost there. So we were almost at the 100% mark with only 40% left, maybe like, I don't know, 2 or 3%, probably more than that. But I don't know how many votes we got in 2024. 42,000. So actually, this to be down to only a turnout of like 3,000 at best. This will be down a lot, not even 10% of 2024, which is really sad. Let's go, guys. Let's subscribe to the channel if you're new, because we have amazing content. 5 videos per week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, all at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So we have a lot of discipline in terms of the videos. So I'm really rarely are the exceptions where we don't have video. Okay, today of course we don't have video because I'm doing the live stream. That's different. Okay, when you have live stream, we don't have the video. That's an interesting aspect, okay? But the channel is growing very fast. I mean, we have 26,000 views in the last 28 days, 691 hours, which is really amazing. And I'm really counting on you to monetize the channel, to do something great for the American people. And that's really what this is about, okay? And people say, I'm not doing this for the money because I'm not really earning anything, okay? Of course, if you want to support the channel, you have the link for PayPal donations in the description of the latest videos. Okay. Of course, in that terms, of course, I want your help if you're willing to do that. But if you're not, I mean, only your like and you subscribe, and the subscription is really helpful for me. So I'm not really too worried about that. Now I have 5 people watching. Thank you guys for being there. It's really amazing. You probably get votes. We are getting votes from Georgia. I don't know. Yeah, we don't. We're not. Okay? We're not. I was not gonna. I was getting surprised because we're only 4 minutes past the polls closing in Georgia, but we're not really getting those votes. I'm sorry. Let's check if you do have an update in Kentucky. I don't know what happened, to be honest. Yeah, we don't. We still have the same digits, I think, 220. Oh, there's a difference here. It's just the 6 write-in votes that they're not counting here. Yeah, I think it's that. Um, so now, yeah. I don't like this very minor live stream just because now we have 7 people watching. Thank you guys for being there. Let's not forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like if you're new as well. But I don't like these very minor live streams that I'm doing because sometimes it's really boring to be here just waiting for results and like being here just doing nothing because I'm not really doing anything. I'm not really explaining anything because I don't have anything to explain. Okay. Um, but yeah, I mean that's the reason I don't personally do the I didn't do these live streams previously because I didn't think that they were important enough. But now I'm just doing because I have the time. Okay, I do have the time right now, so maybe I can do this, even though it's already 0 a.m. in my country. So as you know, I'm in Portugal. We are 5 hours. We're not 5. I think it's 5. Exactly, 5 hours after New York. So New York right now it's 7 p.m. Here it's 0 a.m. UTC because we are in the universal coordinated time. Okay, now I have 8 people watching. Let's go. Let's go because I don't know. Maybe you guys are there supporting me because I don't think this is really important, but okay, I'm really happy. In Kentucky, so that's the same. Let's just check here. Probably we can have something new. And I don't know. We're not. We're still the same digits. But this will be important to watch if this dips below 70%. I'm not so sure about that. We're still waiting about the mail-in votes. I don't know if that is when that is. Okay, mail-in ballots. Maybe we have some mail-in ballots to be received. I don't know how many, to be honest. In Georgia, let's check here how we're doing. We're still at 0. We're only 7 minutes past the time, so it's actually only now we're gonna have in South Carolina as well this one, but it's uncontested, so it doesn't matter. And it's a very small election. It's Scottytown Council. I don't know where Scottytown is, to be honest. Arkansas, we're gonna have a runoff. Okay. Also, probably not a lot of votes here. Maybe I can check some things about this race because I'm not really into it. No, this is Augusta, Arkansas. I don't know why I'm checking in Georgia. I know Augusta in Georgia. I don't know Augusta in Arkansas, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know this. Yeah, but we got. Look at this. We got in this is the runoff, so that's why we only have Robert Ben and Brian Kelly, but this is only got 450 votes, so it's actually not a very small election. It doesn't matter, to be honest. And we have 3 elections in Minnesota, 2 Democratic primaries and 1 Republican primary. I think the districts are in the okay. This one is uncontested, so it doesn't matter. So that one I still think it's also no, it's not uncontested. But this year in the 47A is Ramsey and Washington are I think they are in Minnesota or next to Minneapolis. Ramsey and Washington are here, yeah, next to the capital of the state, which is St. Paul, and also next to Minneapolis. Very interesting, probably suburban and urban districts. Okay. So in Georgia we still had nothing. We're still at nothing in Kentucky. Not nothing, but we're still at nothing new. And now in Georgia we're still at 0. So I'm gonna do a quick break and I'll be back when we have votes from Georgia or from Kentucky. One of them. So guys, now we have the first results in Georgia. 60-40 is now the percentage, okay? 714 votes to 476. 20% is already in, and I want to check. It's just from Fulton County, so already have half of the vote in Fulton, so all the early vote I suspect, but let's just check here in the official Georgia website, which is interesting because we don't have the results here. Okay, but let's just wait. I think in Kentucky now they projected, but I think we're still at the same thing. Let's just update this. Exactly, we're still at the same. And in Georgia, we'll need to wait because I want to check if those are early votes or not. I don't know any of these candidates, to be honest with you, but it will be interesting to see which person benefits more from the early vote and from the election day vote, and vice versa, because that'll be interesting to watch dynamics. Because I mean, it's 20 points lead. We don't have Cobb County yet, but imagine this goes to 56-44. We really need to check if that is the lead is enough, or when the election day vote comes in, it will be great for Jaha Howard instead of Roger Bruce, for example. Yeah, but here we're still at 0. I don't know why this. I think I'm in the correct website. Let's just go like this. December. That was the last one, I think. Exactly. This is the runoff I'm mentioning in the 23rd. We're gonna have in January. Okay, now you have here. Look at this. And I think it's partially reported, so I think we still have some advanced voting to be, but it's only the advanced voting. Look at this. 710 to 473, so that's the votes we got. And yeah. We still have 40 precincts to go. As you can see here is not reported. Everything is non-report, so we're still waiting a lot. That can matter because I mean, if we have 20%, so we will have like 30% early vote. The other 70% will be election day, at least if my math is correct. They really take a lot of time to count the votes. It's really frustrating, I would say, the the least, to be honest. Now we have 51% reported. As you can see here, it's very, very close actually. We got Cobb County 54% of the vote. As you can see here, the early vote will be 51%. We got just the early vote now in Cobb, and it's the opposite. Okay, it's Jaha Howard winning here by 11 points. It means that right now we have a very competitive race, only by 0.9 percentage points ahead. Roger Bruce is now, it's like 30 votes, not even 30, 28 votes. It's very competitive. So this is actually great to get a competitive race this time. It's only the early vote. Now we'll see who's gonna win the election day vote, because that matters as well. We have 21 precincts in Cobb County and 40 precincts in Fulton County. They will report. Okay, they already report the provisional ballots. 0. Okay, they didn't have any provisional ballots. That's why they already reported them. But this will be interesting to watch for sure. And yes, we really need to wait now, but it'll be interesting to see who's gonna win. Probably 6,000 votes until the end, if the math is correct, because we got 3.1 thousand and it's 51%. So this might be now much more interesting because it's much more competitive than I thought. I didn't know the candidates, to be honest. I said that before. But we always like a competitive race, not just Roger Bruce and Jaha Robert. Probably don't like this. They want to win decisively, but okay, we're gonna have a competitive race, and this will be interesting for sure to watch. I just want to close this, and yes, we're now waiting for the 61 precincts, the 61 election day precincts to really see who's gonna win. This will be competitive, as you're seeing right now. In Kentucky, I think we are at the same rate, still 63% in. And if you go here, I think we're still at the same digits. We're still at the same results. This is the update from 7:03, so now we're at like 25 minutes after that, and still nothing new. In Georgia, we're still at the same now, 0 election day votes, and that will be the test, will be the election day votes. But as you can see, Georgia is much better in terms of delivering the early votes than many other states, because we were just waiting so long to get the early votes in Kentucky, but now Georgia, in just like 29 minutes, it released every early vote because they already counted, so they don't have any work to do. It's just to deliver them. Now I'm really curious to check and to see how many time they will take to count the other 3,000 ballots, because it's not really that big of a deal, but probably they will take a lot of time because they're just, I don't know, they really take a lot of time to count votes. It's just how the way it is, and I don't know why that happens, to be honest. In Kentucky, we're still at 63, so they really stopped counting this. Oh god, now we got more votes. I'm sorry. I said something that is not correct. We got votes in Kentucky. And now I will check the percentage because I think it's now slightly better for the Republicans. Yes, it is slightly better. Now the percentage here is 70.6% for the Democrats. Now that is the percentage for the Democrats. And overall, okay, because now we got the mail as well, 44-13. Let's just check here the overall percentage. So the Democrats end up this with 72.4%, and they got last time 61.5. So they are better. They're much better than last time, okay? More than 20 points better than in the last election. Even though the Republicans closed a little bit the gap in the election they voted, it was not enough at all to close anything. So, yes, this is a much better now, 72.4 as or 0.6. I don't know why they did 0.6. Probably because they're only counting the total votes cast, not the contest total. I don't know the difference, to be honest, but probably that's the reason. Okay, but now as you can see here, it's fully counted. Gary Clemens will be the new member of the Kentucky State Senate. Okay, as expected, but by a better margin than most people expected. Probably, I don't know. I don't know the odds, to be honest, but probably was better than many people expected. And the Democrats overperformed again this election in this election, like they did in like most of them before. I just want to save this because I really want to have the document. Okay. But now, yeah, now we're only left with Georgia and Minnesota, but I don't care about Minnesota. It's a very, very small election. And now I'm really waiting about the election day vote. Though right now we still have nothing reported. So I'll be back as soon as we have some early vote reported, okay? See ya. So guys, I think I'm really here waiting for so long and we don't have results. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest, because this is like 3,000 votes and they're still taking so long to count them. So I will end the live stream right now. Thank you guys for watching. Now we're at 180 subscribers, and we'll be back. I don't know if we have more live streams until the end of the year, but if we don't, we'll see. We still have videos, of course, tomorrow. Have another one at 5 p.m. Eastern time. But thank you for all the support. But I think I'll end right now because we don't have results. And it's really frustrating to be here like an hour waiting for results, but we simply don't have them. And yeah. See you guys tomorrow in the video at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And thank you guys for all the support. Thank you.